Good morning, 4th grade. We're ready for math lesson 145. Today's lesson is a review lesson. We're going to start with some concept cards and then do some review of our equations and multiplying whole numbers and mixed numbers. First of all, let's start off with, I have a few improper fractions here and I want you to change them to mixed or whole numbers. So just say the answer and then I'll show you the answer and see if you're correct. 27 over 9, make that a mixed or a whole number. What would that be? You go 27 divided by 9, so that would be 3. 15 over 4. 3 and 3/4. 16 over 4. That would be 4. 25 over 6. 4 and 1/6. Now I have an improper fraction and I want you to change that to, this is a mixed number. Change that to an improper fraction. Remember, we go denominator times whole number plus numerator. And then we put that as our new numerator, keep our denominator. So this would be 24 over 5. Now I have some fractions that are proper, but they're not in the lowest terms. So reduce these to the lowest terms. 3/4 and 1/2. Good work. Okay, what is an equation? What do you remember about an equation? Now remember, an equation has two sides to it. What do we know about those two sides? Those two sides are equal to each other, okay? Now, when we have an equation, sometimes we have an unknown letter, and we do not know what number it stands for. Now, how can we figure that out? And there are a few steps that we need to do. These are called algebraic equations. You're starting to work with algebra here. So the first step that we're going to do to find out what S stands for is we're going to solve the side that we know. We know what 9 plus 11 is, so we're just going to copy the side over here, S plus 5 equals, and what is 9 plus 11? That is 20. Now, to find out what S is, we need to get S all by itself. So on the side that S is on, we have S plus 5. Now how can we get rid of plus 5? What's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. Okay, and we have 5, so we're going to subtract 5. If we have positive 5 and we subtract 5 from it, what do we have left? Nothing, right? Okay, so we are left with only S. Now, whatever we do to this side, we also have to do to the other side. So we have to go minus 5 over here as well. So now we have S equals, what is 20 minus 5? 15. Okay, so now we supposedly know what S is, but we're going to check and make sure that we are correct. So to check this, we're going to copy our equation, but we're going to put 15 in place of S. So we have 15 plus 5 equals 9 plus 11. Now what is 15 plus 5? That is 20. Equals what is 9 plus 11? That is also 20. Okay? Does 20 equal 20? Yes, so it checked correctly. Now, one thing, in your book, let's just look at this equation again. So first of all, we solve the side we know. Let's just quickly do that. S plus 5 equals 20. Now, in your book, instead of writing minus 5, underneath 5 and writing minus 5 underneath 20, this is how they did it. They went like this. S plus 5 minus 5 equals 20 minus 5. Now, I hope it didn't confuse you too much that I put the minus underneath instead of beside. You can do it either way, okay? So S plus 5 minus 5 still just equals S, right? Because if we have 5 minus 5, there's nothing left. And 20 minus 5 still just equals 15. Okay, so we're left with the same thing. But I just wanted to mention that they did it all in a row instead of putting the minus 5 underneath, in case that confused you. So I hope you can figure that out. Let me know if you have any questions about that or if that confused you. Okay, now we have a whole number and a mixed number, and we're going to multiply them. Now, in order to multiply a whole number and a mixed number, first we have to make each of them a fraction. To make 12 a fraction, we're going to go 12 over 1. Now, to multiply, we need to make our mixed number an improper fraction. So 2 times 3 plus 1 is 7, and then over 2, okay? So now this is a fraction, and our mixed number, we also made that a fraction. Now, can we cancel? Look at your first numerator and your second denominator. Is there a number that could divide evenly into both of them? Yes, 2 could. So 12 divided by 2 is 6, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now, is there a number that could divide evenly into 7 and 1? Only 1 could, but that wouldn't change anything, right? So let's go ahead and multiply. 6 times 7 is 42, and we're going to put that over 1. Okay, so now we have 42 over 1. What does that equal? It equals 42, and that's our answer. Okay? So you have review in your lesson. Work it carefully. Let me know if you have any questions, especially about your equations. If you have any problems with those, let me know, and we'll try to get that figured out. You have some story problems to work through and division problems, so do your best, and thank you for listening.